This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 1847, The Art of Being Grateful on Really Hard Days by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. And I'm Justin Malik, the guy who's been reading articles, book excerpts, essays, sometimes stories, every day including holidays for over 5 years. Today is sort of a holiday, I guess a half holiday, New Year's Eve. Thank you for being here to start the new year off right. It means a lot. And on that note, let's get this kicked off with some words on gratefulness and start optimizing your life. The Art of Being Grateful on Really Hard Days by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. Quote, "If you're always grateful for the little things, it's hard to avoid happiness. It's a lack of gratitude that often keeps us feeling down," end quote. There's a little ritual Angel and I practice every single day that can turn hard days into easier ones and extremely difficult life situations into far better ones, and it won't surprise you either. It's the ritual of gratitude. Of course, this is such a fundamental ritual, and yet it's one we often forget to practice. But when we do practice diligently, it can quickly transform both our minds and our lives. Let me give you a quick example. Just over a decade ago, I remember one specific night I was struggling with grief and also feeling very stressed about being broke, without work, and unhappy with the direction of my life. I was depressed and very lost. But that night, I pushed myself hard to put things into perspective. I wrote out a list of everything I was truly grateful for, even as everything in my life seemed to be going wrong. It ended up being a pretty long list, and I still have the list hanging on my home office bulletin board today. Some of the key things on it include, I am married to a loving, encouraging, beautiful woman named Angel. I am alive. I have a relatively healthy body. I have a roof over my head. I have loving parents and other extended family members who I love. I have a few close friends. I have the ability to learn new things and grow. I can read. I can hear music. I can see the sun rise and set. I can run at the beach. At the time we lived in San Diego, walking distance to the ocean. I can taste delicious home-cooked food. Angel's a pretty darn good cook. The list keeps going and going, of course, but you get the gist. The little yet marvelous things I was taking for granted every day were now in black and white right in front of me. The hard times I was struggling to cope with didn't suddenly vanish, but things were put into better perspective. I was no longer focusing solely on the hard times with tunnel vision, but instead broadening my focus into the periphery of my life, where a whole list of amazing things existed that could nurture my inner spirit. Yes, there are incredibly painful parts of my life, and it's okay to feel the pain they bring, but it's also important that I remember the rest of my life too, and to also remember that even the painful experiences make life as intricate and remarkable as it is. Life would be impossible without challenges. There is no happiness without some sadness. One requires the other. The makeover of my mindset and how I felt about my life in that moment on that really hard night was extraordinary, and it all stemmed from going back to the fundamentals. I found some gratitude. I've used this same process dozens of times since that night, and it continues to make a world of difference. When someone upsets me, I try to find one thing about them I'm grateful for. When I catch myself procrastinating on a task, I look at why I'm grateful for an opportunity to complete the task. When I get sick or injure my body, I focus on how grateful I am to be alive and able to heal. When I lose someone I love, I grieve, but I'm also grateful for the time and experiences I shared with them. When something negative happens with the work I do, I remember to be grateful for the ability to work and serve others, and that these challenges allow me to grow wiser. When someone doesn't like me or judges me unfairly, I do my best to be grateful that they care enough to even pay me some attention. Attention is time, and time is a gift. The bottom line is that the art of being grateful on really hard days starts with you. And make no mistake about it, the secret to being grateful is no secret. You choose to be grateful. Then you do it again and again. If you forget, begin again. A few minutes per day spent journaling a gratitude list or just reflecting on what you're grateful for at the moment can change your life. Do it every morning or evening by setting a reminder alarm if you must, and see how it affects you. Don't rush through it either. Don't do it carelessly. really try to feel genuine gratitude in your heart and mind for everything you list. Focus on the little miracles in your life and appreciate all your progress too. You've been through a lot, but you've grown a lot through the ups and downs. Give yourself credit and gratitude for your resilience and how far you've come. You just listened to the post titled, The Art of Being Grateful on Really Hard Days by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. I'll leave it there for today and this year of optimal living daily. Have a happy and safe new year. Thank you for listening and sharing the show and being here every day. Your support has meant so much. So stay safe and I'll see you tomorrow in 2021, where your optimal life awaits.